Michael Kilkenny is one of the oldest people in our community. He is over 90 years of age. He lives near me in Kiltormer. He has some funny memories.
I'm Michael Kilkenny. I'm a farmer's son, as usual. I live in a country area, rural area. We would cut turf all our lives in a bog called Discarby. Our main supply of heat, they call it turf burning. That's the heat we had. About 30 or 40 good loads of creels of turf. That would supply us for the year. It was brought home. We had a reach of it on the haggard. Very tidy, as much as stone masons as laying blocks now. We'd lay every side of it up along about 8 feet high to the top, and slope it in at the top. We'd gather buckets of turf rolled in and cover the top of it. They were that way for the winter. We would be very thankful and tiring, proud of ourselves we'd have the supply of turf in. But I was thinking today myself, all the credit was given to the boss of the house and the farmer himself. Well, the farmer's wife now did as much in the cutting of the turf as the boss of the house did. That's my father. I remember him telling, be sure now and have the box packed. We're going to the bog on such a day. There were seasons you had to go 1 week to the bog, about 5 days in the week. You had to go that day. We'll be going such a day, have the bag packed, and don't forget anything the same as you did last year. Be sure and put in a good supply of duck eggs. Hen eggs isn't as good as the duck egg for sustaining a hard-working man in the bog. And a little saucepan to boil them. So that was grand. Dinner time was always at 1 o'clock. So if there were 2 men or 3 men together in the one bank or the top, one the handiest man of them would be sent out to put down the fire. He gathered key around the turf, little bits of timber on the bank, but there were no firelighters that time. Lumps of paper, put a match to it, and you had a fire going and leave the kettle on top of it. Then the eggs would be put into a little saucepan. Probably someone needed 8 2 eggs and more 1. But this day anyway, this particular day, 1 egg was put down for them. So when there was one man ordained abroad always to keep an eye on the kettle, and he had to turn over and quench the whole lot. And to know when the eggs are boiled. It's a very cute thing to know when an egg is boiled right. But the boss man was inside cutting the turf, working hard. He shouted out, "What way is eggs doing?" Sure, they should be nearly done now. But there and boil them fairly well. A soft duck egg is no good to anybody. So when he thought they were boiled, he rolls them up. And the men came out and sat round, and one remarked, there's one duck egg was a lot bigger than the rest, a good deal bigger, an outsized egg. So the sladesman was the most harder work man, and said to give that egg to the sladesman. The other 2 men topped their eggs, they were perfect. So the sladesman then topped his own egg, and hold, glory and behold, what do you think? Out pops a young duckling, out the bog, ran away, up, swore out of me, what the hell, so jumped out of the egg, he's gone off the bog, whatever it is, follow him, say, what is it? So young lad ran out, he couldn't find him. From that day to this, no one ever knew how the duckling got into the egg. He came home in the evening, made an awful complaint to the missus. what sort of an egg did you send up to the bog? 2 eggs was perfect. The one I got, a young duckling, careered out of it down the bank. She smiled. She knew well what happened. She knew well, but she wouldn't divulge the secret. That was all right. It was patched off with that. But all the talk in the bog was over. How did the duckling get into the egg? They didn't know. Even it was sent to the science laboratory in Dublin to find an answer. The only answer they got back was there a drake with the ducks? So they put 2 and 2 together, Tom, and this woman had 10 ducks and a drake. But what had the drake to do but to put the duckling into the egg? The 10 ducks were shoved into it. There was always a little duck house in the farm that time. Everyone had them. The 10 ducks was put in along with the drake, and they all was bedded together and the door shut for the night. And whatever did happen, it happened inside of closed doors. It was never known yet, but I have my doubts, but I'm not sure. A drake is a male duck, and he's the master of ceremony, a very broad, respectable looking animal. So all the blame was left on him. So I don't know, this question is being asked all the time. How did the duckling get into the egg? But there's an answer if anyone could find it out. But I have my doubts. I have the answer, but I want to vision for another while now. Thank you. But there was one particular animal he didn't mention it to the wife. They had a sow. Now, a sow is a female pig for breeding purposes. And this particular sow was heavily immune. She would have her bonus any time. But he said, maybe you give a look at the sow during the day. And sure, the poor women did. Anyone that kept sows outdoor grazing, and then when they get sick to have a litter, they have a funny way of making their bed. They'll make their bed. They go around about, they gather mouthfuls of straw, mouthfuls of everything, and make their bed in the house. This particular sow, the missus of the house looked at, and what did she see passing the window? But the sow going with a mighty mouthful of straw out of the haggard. She watched her, and she went into her pigsty. Oh, God Almighty, she says, she's going to have litter, she's going to have litter. And there's no way of telling the busman. No phone here, no regular, when we'll have a phone. But she trusted in God. She was a holy woman. She trusted in God. Let her do whatever she likes. The sow spent 2 hours drawing straw down from the haggard in her mouth. Lumps of it. And when the busman came home from the bog, she told him, I think the sow is going to have bonus. What? I think she will. Why, what's it? She had nearly the haggard of straw gone into the house. He rushed out, and he could open the door and find her then in the middle of the straw with 10 buns. Thanks be to God, he says, but you were a mighty woman to mind her. I didn't mind her, she said, I'm afraid of my life to go out. During that time as well, he got the AI, everyone knows that AI now, but that time it was a very scarce commodity. So however the farmer got in touch with the AI, he told him to attend such a cow in the morning they were gone to the bog. This gentleman arrived with his collar and tie on him, knocked at the door, and the missus opened the door. He recognised himself. He says, I'm the AI man. The what? The AI man. Did you ever hear it? I never heard of it at all. I don't know what you want to do. Well, I'm going out now to the cow. Where's the cow? Out here in the shed. Well, there's one thing now, he says, or she says, I was told there's a nail hanging at the back of the door, and you should eat it to hang up the trowel if you can.